India's economy is booming. Rising incomes and well-organized co-ops, roads and other infrastructure have made it the world's largest dairy producer. But many of India's poor livestock keepers are finding it hard to share in these economic opportunities. Most farmers in India's poor northeastern state of Assam keep just a few cattle. Although sparse populations and high rainfall mean the land is fertile and plant growth lush. This is a traditional dairying area. The mainly poor farms manage to produce milk because few inputs are needed beyond the harvest of naturally growing fodder to feed the cows. Many of these small dairy units generate enough milk for their own use, with sometimes a little to sell to neighbors. If farmers developed their dairying into small businesses, they could exploit growing dairy consumption. This expansion would also create jobs for sellers and other middlemen. But global and local factors make the new dairy markets hard to enter. They demand high standards of milk quality, are distant from farms, involve large numbers of middlemen, and require skills lacking among many of the 26 million who live in this largely undeveloped area. Without additional support, it is therefore possible that millions of poor farmers, sellers and processors will miss out on the current opportunity to improve their incomes. Most of Assam's farmers keep cows, usually small, hardy local breeds that can live off the coarse local fodder and are good for ploughing. Nearly all farmers also milk their animals. Dairy cattle keeping is one of the few industries in the region and supports many women, children and other vulnerable people.
নাই এতিয়া লটো চাকৰি পাইছে এতিয়া গৈছে এক বছৰ হল জানুৱাৰী মাহত তাৰ পিছত এনে মানে ঘৰত এই গাখীৰৰ কাৰণে চলি আছো আমি গাখীৰৰ পৰাই
The Assam dairy sector is underdeveloped. Most dairy units are family run along traditional lines, with farm families consuming the majority of the milk themselves. Much of the milk that is sold never sees a shop or a package, but is delivered by hand to local customers via middlemen. These short market chains use cheap, low-tech production and delivery methods. Rapid turnover of small quantities ensures a measure of milk safety. But business opportunities are changing. Bigger outlets for milk center around rapidly expanding urban areas, where growing numbers of wealthier, educated city customers are demanding a wider range of products and services. They want guaranteed safe, cheap, quality milk to be produced in Assam and delivered regularly to local outlets across cities. They also want more variety, including growing quantities of premium dairy products such as milk-based sweets. This unmet boom in dairy demand should allow large numbers of small farmers and sellers to escape their poverty. But to produce more milk of higher quality for this larger market, many will have to change their traditional practices. That won't be easy. Most farmers lack the resources to upgrade. They need access to improved schemes for feeding and breeding dairy cows and information about how to implement modern safety practices. Controlled storage facilities for their milk will also be important, along with more efficient transport networks and access to training for Assam's milk hawkers.
It is generation business. His father was cattle farmer, now he is cattle farmer. They have no such scope to go to college. They do not know how to produce the clean milk, how to sell it to the vendor. The vendor does not know how to sell it to the consumer. So the chain is not systematic.
One answer would be to upgrade the large-scale dairies and milk processing plants, which make up the state's formal dairy sector. But the many attempts to do this over the last 50 years have met with problems. The dairies are hard and expensive to run and operate below full capacity because they struggle to get enough milk from the informal supply networks within Assam, and the milk they produce is not reliably of high enough quality to satisfy customers. As a result, milk plants are forced to buy expensive powdered milk from other states in India to supplement their local raw milk. These imports, which include ultra-heat-treated milk sold in shops, undercut the local markets. Therefore, both Assam's formal and informal dairy sectors, which have grown up independently, have always struggled to take advantage of new development opportunities and expand their businesses. This increasingly haphazard situation makes it very hard for the now mostly urban customers to identify which of the many available milk products are both tasty and safe.
Assam has got one of the highest rates of childhood diarrhoea, and a lot of it comes from dairy products. People need information to keep themselves and their families healthy, and one of the ways they will do that is by buying more quality assured raw milk, quality assured pasteurized milk. The issue is quality.
While demand for milk and milk products in Assam is increasing, quality assured production has not yet started. Many agree that raising the capacity of milk chilling plants is a long-term answer. In the meantime, there is recognition that change must start immediately. A group of international researchers and local organizations has begun focusing on small farmers and suppliers to upgrade the traditional supply chain.
The importance of informal sector in Assam is very high because the entire milk handling activities are being carried out through the informal sector only. So that way informal sector plays a major part in the entire dairy development process as a whole.
The group plans to increase access by millions of Assam's poor dairy producers to knowledge, finance, local networks and training, thereby changing milk production and distribution methods in affordable and sustainable ways. Certification schemes and public awareness campaigns will raise customer confidence and reward producers for good practice. Similar joint research and development schemes to improve informal dairy systems have been successful in other countries.
The approaches that we've taken in Kenya integrate the informal milk sector into the formal value chain by addressing the key public health concerns. It involves training to ensure that the milk is not being adulterated, and in the process, no bacteria has been introduced that will make it get spoiled quickly. Traders who have been trained report an increase in the amount of milk they're able to sell because of enhanced consumer confidence.
Such demand-led methods should not only improve standards and so reassure customers, but also help the state's milk farmers and suppliers to increase their incomes. In addition, the process should generate new jobs.
My most important assignment is to make the people employable along the supply chain in the dairy sector. There are lots of players. Based on that model of delivery, I am thinking to turn this whole dairy sector into an employment income generating strategy.